flows easy like the breeze, flowing from the fountain high upon Easy Mountain.
It's just like reverse tying a shoe. I'm teaching my kid right now. He's good as hell.
How to reverse tie a shoe.
Yeah, man. Crocs weren't working, so.
What? Crocs weren't working?
How did the Crocs not work?
Yeah. Reverse shoe tie.
What banger is that? What tech is that, dude?
Yeah, so this is the, so I'm not like, where I want to be heady, I don't buy a lot of like JP Toro, super nice glass. This is a Terporium. They're an American company. Quartz is really good quality. It's not like the best quartz. This style is called a tower slide. So it's like a traditional tower, but it has this cool slide attachment. So whenever we take dabs, you just place the dab inside of here. Big globs. This is great for big globs because it'll sit and rest and hold your tool, and it'll slowly melt the hash back into the tower so you can get multiple decent sized hits rather than like trying to torch yourself out on a single huge glob.
Oh, so it doesn't even go into the outside dish. It just goes.
It's like a very, very small hole that goes directly into the tower. So it's not really actually like outside of the dish. It stays in there, and that also preserves the terps. So it's
looks like you've been doing some full melt off of it.
I did. Yeah, that's actually the last thing that hit out of it. So normally, like whenever you're taking a glob and you're getting it all on here, you'll literally watch like the terps vaporize off of it. So it's just another way to try to condense all of that terp and flavor into the hit. So.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Thank you for sharing all that, and welcome to the Easy Mountain Podcast. This is how we do it.
We're here.
We're getting started with a bang.
With some stoner science right off the bat. It's a little early. It's still first block in the podcast, but we're starting off with science. So
yeah.
And the first part of science is clean water in your rig. So it's your reverse sponsored Liquid Death.
We are reverse sponsored by Liquid Death.
Okay, we're going to utilize this for the rig today because I don't want to use tap water. You shouldn't use tap water in your rigs. So
why is that?
The best answer is that depending on where you live, the mineral compensation that is inside your tap water can greatly degrade your glass. So you get these spots and all of these things and blemishes and scratches and whatnot from just using poor quality water. And you'll just notice the difference from like distilled water or not. So I think this is mountain still drinking water. I'm assuming they've purified this, so
we can only hope.
We can only hope.
Hey, Josh, do we have any Easy Mountain sunglasses on hand? Because I know I'm going to need some by the time that this podcast gets over. I'm probably not going to be able to see.
Probably not. I'm super excited to smoke out of this rig.
Thank you, Josh.
For those of you that are not familiar, Cory has a pretty sweet glass collection. I've smoked out of a lot of his really nice pieces. This is a Brent 503. I've followed him on IG for a long, long time. We just had a funny jinx moment where I was like, he's like, hey, I got a new rig. And he pops it out and we're both like, it's a Brent 503 at the same time. But I'm super stoked to hit that. Those are like functional champs. So, yeah.
Yeah, I love these, dude, because so the ball rig style it's nice and airy. A lot of people don't think like about rig selection when it comes to a hit, but everything from like the pillar that you use to the slurper or the banger to the rig and then to the cap, all of it has an effect on the hit, and it does make a difference. These are airier, and just visually, like for a sesh, it's really cool to watch these things fill up with huge clouds with your friends. So I think these are some of the unspoken parts of seshing that's just cool. It's like, yeah, it's nice to see rigs bellow up with fucking white clear smoke that you know is gonna taste good. Makes me want to dab right now.
Watching the function is yeah, one of my favorite things on the rig. I'm a huge function guy. Like, I love all the crazy cool art pieces and stuff like that. But to have a glass piece that smokes smoothly and everything like that, and then also does like an orchestrated waterfall with inside of it at the same time, is pretty incredible.
And it's just like pushing the limits of glass blowing, you know. I mean, I've seen videos that get millions and millions of views, and guys have made like total landscapes where the water comes up one thing and there's like a waterfall, it goes around the whole perimeter of the bong. It's mind-boggling to think about how someone could begin to architect that.
Yeah.
You know.
It's really cool. It's a whole nother level of artistry that a lot of people are, they scratch their heads at why some of these rigs cost as much money as they do. But it is it's art like anything else.
Every bit of an art form as anything else.
Oh,
and this is just like how Alex mentioned, like this is his style. Brent does these ball rigs with this lathe top, these single tone colors. It's just if you look at glass, it's just like kind of like Van Gogh. You're like, oh, it's a Van Gogh. Oh, it's a Picasso. Like every artist develops their own style.
Yeah.
And you figure out what you like and you don't like.
Yeah.
Do you guys have a dab tool?
We definitely do.
That's all I need is a dab tool. If you
Yep.
have one.
Yep.
Yeah, we got one.
Josh, I have one on my desk. If you don't know,
We got one over here.
a dab tool.
Dab tool.
And you could call somebody maybe, but you just
There's just a dab tool on my desk. I would just go grab it off
I've
my
got
desk.
a call to a friend. What was that? Who wants to be a millionaire? What
Who
was the
wants to
option?
be?
A dab millionaire?
Yeah, you have the option to phone a friend. You have the option to ask the audience, and then
or
what
you
was
could do
the
it,
other
it'd
option?
be 50-50.
Take
And
away
that
half
just
they
means
take
you
two.
take half of it.
take away half my chances. There is no dab tool.
Damn, he's good at this game.
remove the part where there's no dab tool. So I have all the access to that.
All of the dab tool. Well, seriously, dude, thank you so much for coming down and being a part of this.
Yeah. And repping HeadChange. We haven't said HeadChange, I don't think, this whole time. Because we know Cory. And I think just about everybody in the industry knows Cory. But for anyone who doesn't know.
Cory.
Yeah.
HeadChange.
Cory from HeadChange.
Cory from HeadChange, or there's not that Cory's the only guy at HeadChange, because there's a lot of people pulling a lot of weight,
man.
but I feel like Cory is just a part of what HeadChange is.
sure.
You know what I mean? I mean, he is the blood of HeadChange, and like I said, a lot of great people doing what they're
work.
doing to make HeadChange work.
We got a lot of cool people on the team. Just like, so Alex and I have been homies for a very long time. We met each other in the industry. That's how I met Drew. How I met the Easy Mountain guys is through the industry, is when everybody launched. And I just told Alex, because we didn't really have anything happening yet. I was just like, dude, we are going to be the shit. We're going to be the stuff that people that have already bought hash want to buy. Dudes like me who have been dabbing for a long time, they're going to be able to go into the market and instantly be able to find stuff that's recognizable. I think that passion just translates to the rest of the team. Everybody wants to put the most points on the board. Everybody wants to do their best consistently. And it's just what we try to put our foot forward with. Everybody on the team smokes hash. Everybody on the team loves cannabis, loves the terps, loves the flavors, loves hunting for terps. We've got dudes on our team that are like religious and finding like our drops everywhere they can. And it's really cool to see that kind of culture come to the rec market, the adult use market. I think that that search for variety and that search for new flavors is what has always drawn me for cannabis, and what's got me to stick around for sure. It was like the initial draw and what got me to stick around. So HeadChange, we get to have fun doing all that shit, man.
Yeah.
You guys do a great job at repping us at Easy Mountain, so we appreciate it.
Well, we love it. We're like you, I mean, well, not exactly. You're further down.
Everybody's their own little.
Yeah,
I
but
was
I mean,
born with these tattoos.
yeah, no,
I promise.
Your expertise though in hash, seriously, is like I'm not going to begin to compare myself, but I do have preferences, and I do know when I find quality that it's quality, and you guys have always been something I can refer to as, the barometer of excellence in this industry. Is like,
Thanks,
what?
man.
Yeah, seriously, like, you guys are leaders in our market. I fully believe that.
Yeah. So why hash though? Like, obviously cannabis is cannabis, and cannabis is great for all the reasons why we love cannabis, but hash specifically.
It's like a dope question, and it's kind of a cool segue what I was about to compliment. It's like, it's our lane, right? I'm not a retail guy. I'm not the best with the end customer at all times, you know what I mean? And it's not my lane.
I would hire you if you wanted to be a retail guy.
I mean, put me outside with the sign first. I get the people in very well.
We're gonna put you outside with a kite.
Oh, dude, thank you so much, Josh. And so, like, hash is our lane, right? It was my lane. It was my thing. Opportunity was like, hey, Missouri cannabis license. Let's see what we can get. The stars unfolded and we got a manufacturing license. Hash is something that like me individually, and I think a lot of the guys on the team felt passionate about. For me as an individual, I use hash to like not get off, but stay off of opioids. It's a big thing, and it's, you know, in the medical days, everybody was talking about it. Everybody was in Missouri, right? Everybody's talking about the impact that medical cannabis has on opioids. Now we're in the adult use space, and it's still super prevalent. I think that like the experience that I had with hash, being able to, after having like a big cannabis tolerance, experience something that brought me that state of euphoria and excitement that I used to get when I first started smoking. That was like the initial like, oh shit, hash is cool, dabs are cool. Always been into glass, always were into bongs. So seeing that, it's really interesting to see how the art world and the glass community actually pushes the dab community, because like dabs have evolved as glass has evolved. You know what I mean?
For sure, dude. That's crazy. It's crazy. So many people don't think about that. So many guys that are crazy into the art and the glass, a lot of them aren't even hash consumers, you know, or like purist of it. You know what I mean? It can be two separate lanes that absolutely interact with each other.
100%, dude. And so, like, that was like what we were into. We were into the counterculture side of cannabis. We were into the, you know, the glass, the music. Hashish was just that piece that, like, I don't want to say like it gives you the tattoo in the industry, but it was like if you're dabbing, you're in the scene. You know what I mean?
So when did you first dab?
Yeah.
When was your first?
My first dab was in 2015. Well, let me rephrase. My first dab was in 2010 in Florida, where, dude, like, just like you hear in all the stories, like, some kid came over. I was in college. He came over to my apartment, and he's like, dude, I have this hash, and it was this gold syrupy looking craziness, and he had the metal 10 with the glass chamber on top of it. Yeah. And you heat up the metal 10 nail, the titanium nail, throw the glass dome on it. Like 60% of the dab would just evaporate in thin air. And you're like, so I hit that in 2010. I wasn't
smoking mostly carcinogens probably at that time.
Make it get red hot.
Yeah, we were blasting, butane cans in our apartment, like just dumb stuff. You don't know, like things you just don't know. And so, about the evolution of it, right? So then, like, I took a break for a lot of things. You know, that's when I got sober around 2013. So like 2015 is when I'd say like I really started dabbing. I was in Colorado. A dude had a e-nail, also titanium. They didn't evolve that much. And I had just sustained this injury on my hand, and the doctor tried prescribing me Vicodin, and I took this dab and was like, holy shit, this helped my pain. The level of euphoria I felt was like just unparalleled to anything I experienced.
And were you smoking a lot of weed, obviously, at the time?
So ironically, I wasn't smoking like any weed at all. I was like 100% sober. And then I was like, I'm gonna try a dab.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Most people would do that, just like would have.
Well, it was this surreal moment where I'd been like off of opioids for like 3 years, and these doctors, like, I fucked up my hand in this kitchen, and it was before I had my trach shit. Like, these doctors like, hey, we're gonna give you opioids for your pain, and it was like I was just really conflicted. It was like super conflicted because I'm like, I know this is what you're supposed to do, but it's like I want weed, and weed was not like super elite, like legal at that point. It wasn't legal at all, and so like it was like, okay, what is the worst that could happen? The worst thing that could happen is like I was already like being subjected to potentially like be reintroduced to opioids, something I didn't fucking want. The worst thing that could happen is I might like have a really negative cannabis experience, and I'll continue to not consume, like continue the status quo. The best thing that happened was that I had this like semi-life altering experience where like cannabis and I like re-engaged. We had this like same euphoric. I keep using that euphoric, but that is the word. I felt truly happy, connected to something greater than me, and it was cool. And so I dove right back into it and instantly just like, once I figure out something, I dive full into the culture. So it was like...
I saw you reach for the keyboard when you said get into something.
Yeah.
Can you give us a little... Go ahead and... What does that mean? What does that mean?
Oh, it's a little... I think we might be on mute. Hold on.
Oh, did we mute it? No. All right. Yes.
Talk to him, Cory. Talk to him.
We got hash. We got slurpers and the slurper bucket's going to be taking a couple circles around the congregation by the end of this here podcast, folks. So it's the soul, man. I just all this shit connects the soul to me, and we're gonna get into more of it. But yeah, dude. Hash just made sense for us, like, right? So we had a manufacturing license. It's like, you know, I love to eat food, but I'm not an edible guy. It's not like I don't know how to make them. Hash. It's like I know what's good, I know what's bad, and based off of my experience in a lot of other markets, we thought there was going to be a lot of other bad hash in the market. So,
well, hash is where the passion is, you know, like, and you're clearly passionate about it. You know, like, there is some passion that goes into some edibles, but a lot of them are a formula that's, you know, a gummy formula, and it's like those are great, and they serve a purpose. And don't get me wrong, I love a gummy as much as the next guy, but you know, like the passion, you know, comes from, you know, doing what you guys do. It comes from take it easy over there, buddy.
I'm trying.
Do you need a liquid death, dude?
Yes.
To sober you up?
Yeah.
But you know, like it really is, you know, like you could grow a strain that if you've never washed it before, you know, you could tend to a plant for however long and think you're going to get some fire hash out of it, and then it not even turn out, you know, at all. And then you've got to kind of pivot from there and go from there. So, you know, there's just so many different, like, there's a lot of labor and a lot of
variables.
Yeah. And so for all of that reason, and, you know, like, you're talking, you know, 3% yields a lot of the time. Like, you have to love it if you're going to do something like that. You know what I mean?
I think that, like, that's, like, the tip of the hat to, like, Peter, Andy, Alec, a lot of the guys that have been in this, you know, Cory, a lot of folks that have been in the solventless room. It's, in particular with solventless versus BHO, it's two kind of approaches. Like, the solventless side is 100% passion. It's like an artistic approach. Peter from HeadChange, it's a really, really cool kind of metaphor for it, and it's just like, it is the most meditative state of cannabis extraction. You know, it's like it is labor intensive.
We're to the water phase.
Yes, exactly, dude. And so you get to these points where it's like, you know, it is about capturing the passion and capturing these guys and the essence of how they're doing it. And you could just understand in that setting how, like, not giving a shit and getting fatigue would have some negative consequences. Like, you got to be on every day. It's just like any other professional, like, sport. Like, when you're going in, you have to be on. You have to be ready. And it's the same said for, like, the BHO side, the live resin guys. Shout out to Sean, TK, Josh, Emmeline, Jack. All of those dudes, they crush it. And it's an alchemy behind the art. You know what I mean? And it's like, you have to respect the science of what's going on. And you still have this art approach where, at the end of the day, our job is to make sure that when somebody opens up this jar of hash and they put their nose to it or they exhale it or whatever, they are delighted. The experience is like, fuck yeah, I got that head change that I deserve. Everybody deserves a good head change. And, you know, if the people making it know what they want out of it, because they're like, dude, fucking, I'm going to go home and take a dab of this shit. It just translates through to a way better end product.
That couldn't be more true, man. And that's what we're trying to do at Easy Mountain. I'm sure, as you see, you know, like, we're not making our products, but we try to source stuff that we would smoke, you know. We have to offer everything that our customers want. So, you know, we have to offer a broad variety there. But that
stuff you believe in.
Absolutely.
100%.
Absolutely. And then our product is our service. Mm-hmm. So our thing is how we truly believe in cannabis, how it can help you, whether you're using it recreationally or whether you're using it medicinally. We know how beneficial it can be because we've seen it benefit in our lives and in each one of our employees' lives. And so we put that same passion into our service and try to do the same things, you know, for our customers. Because if you guys are putting that much passion into it at the beginning, we're putting that much passion into it at the final point, then, like, how can the consumer not have a good time at that point? You know what I mean? Like, how can they not be delivered I've maybe let this microphone go out. Sorry, but
No, it's all good. It's all good. It's perfect.
Yeah.
You guys hit the nail on the head, dude. It's like the people that come into your store, at least for like searching for our products. When I've been in there,
For sure.
they know what they're looking for, and then I'm telling you, cannabis is like the last forefront of excited retail partnerships. Like the bud tender staff that is selling stuff compared to any other market in the world is like, you don't ask your grocer like, hey, yo, what were you into? There's like,
Yeah.
you know,
what cheese do you really like?
Yeah, why are you even talking to me? You know what I'm saying? So it's like to get the people to be genuinely stoked about what they're selling is like makes my life super easy. It makes our job as a brand easy, but it's super rewarding because I see it. You know, when we go through your guys' stores and stuff.
We just curate excellence, right? Like that's all we do is we're just like the filter, or like the gap between the industry and the consumer, and then we just got to be really honest, like being brutally honest, and we can always be honest about your product, like no matter what, because you guys are consistently doing the right things and making the right choices, so that we can always we never doubt you're going to deliver a quality product, and it's different every time, right? I mean, that's one of the coolest things about cannabis is those subtle differences that we really, like every batch is a new batch, you know, it's not like, oh, this again. It's all has this nice subtlety that you can appreciate when you know the difference.
And even if it is like similar, like I think we're like where I appreciate, like I've had these experiences with Alex, like I've gone into your store and somebody's been like, hey dude, I just bought some grape stuff from you guys, so I'll use this example. They're like, you guys have done a lot of grape drop lately, like where's the trop? And I'm like, I don't know, fuck, man. I was thinking it was grape season. It was grape summer, you know what I'm saying? They're like, absolutely not, dude.
You try buying this shit on wholesale.
You gotta have a variety of palettes for the people of palettes, and when people are just real with you about what they want, it's very, very, very helpful. And that that excellence piece where it's like somebody walks into a normal dispensary and they're just like searching for something, have no conversation. It's not even set up to curate conversation. Your guys' whole storefront, from the waiting room where people can hang out and interact, rather there be like a brand rep there or something, and then to the actual sales floor, is just like there's light from outside. There's human interaction. There's these things that just express life and like wanting to have a conversation. Sierra was super cool. She was able to identify new stuff, old stuff, and like be honest with what she was into. You go to a store and people are just like, this is 25% off. It's the highest THC. It's like, fuck this, dude.
Yeah. You're like, I want to leave here just as bad as you do now.
Like, I don't want to be here, dude.
Yeah.
So.
From the horse's mouth.
What did you buy? I know you grabbed some goodies. What'd you get?
Graped out. I did. I bought HeadChange graped out, and then I got grapes and cream from the Robust Boys.
Oh yeah,
Robust
nice.
Fam. And then I got the Vivid Flower. I bought the new drops, the Maple Nectar, and the Pure Michigan. So
both of those are favorites of mine. I like that. Yeah.
Black Maple, that maple terp. It's the shit, dude. I got into it deep last summer, and I have been not able to let it go. It's just like, it's good. There's a lot of Missouri gets like, I don't know, he gets the wave a little bit later because of the nature of the beast. Like you can't just like get a genetic and pop it out. Like there's a process, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And so I love when dudes like Vivid bring in new stuff to the market. It's fucking awesome. Like we rely on that, right? Like we don't grow, so the variety is the spice of life. So when Vivid and Robust or any number of these groups come to market and do some stuff, it's fun. It's cool. I love working with it, and we love making fun hash with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for real. Definitely shout out to Boston and Montana. Those guys are definitely always trying to bring some new fire to the market, and we appreciate that.
And always doing fun stuff.
Yeah,
we get Vivid lottery tickets.
Yeah, you guys did.
Yeah, it's
got Vivid lottery tickets in our store. So if you want to,
legal.
Fuck no.
Can I win?
Nothing that we do is legal.
Nothing's legal. Just kidding.
Depends who you're asking.
Yeah,
no, it's fun. When they did the crystal giveaway,
the diamond. The big
the giant diamonds.
That's fun.
Yeah,
It is
that was fun.
That is cool.
So yeah, I got graped out. I brought STL GMO with me.
Ooh,
STL
let me
GMO
smell that.
too. So going back to like where we were talking about with people getting tired of shit, like garlic is a terp that I generally get like burnt out on. GMO terps are something that I kind of get burnt out on. This one is stuck with me. It's got the dark rainbow in it. So
I love
it's got
GMO.
it's GMO and rainbow belts dominant in there. So it's
Yeah, I can smell the belts.
yeah. It's cool. It's got a really, I mean, I'm at this point I'm a broken record, and I am a sucker for complex profiles. So like very rarely do you see somebody take something like rainbow belts, Z candy, and then like this other spectrum garlic and combine them together to make this kind of off-putting smell, great tasting hash. That's what we like kind of force by bringing two things together in our force collab. So I love like a trop profile with like a garlic funk. This one is just that Z comes out really nice on the exhale, but it's a little hidden inside the hashish.
Yeah.
I love all that, and I want to clarify to say that I basically just for years have basically just been like a Puffco dabber, right? Like you can't get the same big old rip on a Puffco. It's awesome. It's nice. It's consistent.
It's convenient.
It's consistent.
It's hella
A
convenient.
lot of
can't
great
take
things to be said about Puffco.
Yeah, but the glasses, I do have the glass at home. And I do
Another
really I
level.
prefer it, but it's like it's more effort and
It's a ritual though.
yeah.
So the ritual behind it is it's like another thing for me where it's like cannabis is, dude, it's like I didn't grow up in the 60s, so like the the Summer of Love, like that is always cool to me. This counterculture movement, this like generation of people essentially, this of like, hey, we're going to go against the norm. Glass and hashish and cannabis are these things where it's like, we're on this table. This is an artist. This is an artist. This is a brand. This mood mat's a brand. This pillar could be an artist. This marble's an artist. And all of these 7 people are all interacting in the same thing. Whereas like Yamaha is going to give me the keyboard, the speaker, the pedal, and the chord. And it's like there's teams behind those groups, but like the brands that are the people, like the artists, rather, I guess I should say, like the artists that represent the people that they are. This gives them that voice and that platform, and like glass, Puffco does that too. I'm not going to say that Puffco doesn't do that because they've got the attachments and all the stuff with it, but there's just something about the ritual of sitting down. It's dangerous. You got a little torch at first, and especially with like your homies for your first time. It's like, dude, I'm trusting the fuck out of this dude. Like this is
Because if I give this shit to you 300 degrees too hot,
yeah. I mean, I've got a reputation. I'm not afraid of it. Hot boy Cory. No, I've definitely given hot dabs to a lot of my friends, and for those who have experienced that, I'm very sorry.
I'm guilty of the same thing. I didn't know. I was killing myself. I had the same rig that you were talking about, the big glass dome bowl, and it looked like a crack pipe.
Yeah.
And a torch, right? So you'd be like, "Hey, you guys want to smoke weed?"
Yeah.
You're like, "What the hell are you talking about?"
Scares them.
My mom saw that. I just moved back to Spring. Hadn't been here for too long. My mom saw this in my closet, and she didn't tell me about it. She told my dad about it.
Oh yeah.
And I was at work, and he came in my office, and he said something. He was talking about work, and then he walked out, and he came back in, and he goes, "Hey, are you doing hard drugs?"
Just cool, like, calm, collective.
Yeah. He's like, "Hey, are you doing hard drugs?" I was like, "Dad, you see
Yes.
me." I was like, "You see me every day. Do you think I'm doing hard drugs?" No, but your mom saw something in your closet.
They're hard to do. Pipe. They're hard to do. Look at all of this shit. Yeah. This is not an easy drug to do. So if you've got time on your hands, or if you don't have time on your hands, don't sit down for the dab.
I had to call my mom and explain to her what a dab rig was.
Yeah. Those are great. My mom's just not there. She's like cool. She's never like. I don't think she's seen me smoke a dab.
Really?
No.
Are you gonna send her
That
this?
surprises me.
She'll see. Yeah. I mean, she's probably seen it like videos of me online doing it.
Oh,
or
but not in
whatever.
person. She never.
Yeah, not in person. Like, I mean, like this setup. Like I told you, like Thanksgiving. I'm in mom's garage with the card table, like getting it out. Like it's. I grew up in a non-cannabis friendly household, and I think that's like what probably pushed 80% of my like desire to get better shit is because I was like, oh dude, like I gotta go get better legit shit. This is I only got one shot this week to go get weed, so it's gotta be good, you know what I mean? But yeah, man, the ritual of all this stuff is really sacred to me. It's another key component of
hash, the passion that I have for it, and yeah. So should we take a dab? Can I take a dab? You guys want to?
Let's do it.
We should.
I'll show you how to work the tower slide. We'll get into it.
Yeah, dude,
Excellent.
I've never used the tower slide. But for those of you who don't dab on a regular basis, slurpers, they are a whole nother level. They, in my opinion, get you way higher. The dab tastes way better. Cory, do you agree?
Yeah, I mean, my 2 cents on the slurper is like it goes back to like the evolution of dabbing. So like we had the hanger metal titanium thing, all the vape was just blowing off. Then they got to like these ceramic and titanium nails that you'd put like a cap on. That the dab tool was the cap. And then you got to like the Quave Club era and the quartz nail with like the 45-degree slant and the toppers. And then you got into the buckets, and a lot of people were doing buckets for a while with the multi-directional cap.
Auto spinners and all that stuff.
And then you get to slurpers, which is like Alex was saying, is kind of like the holy grail of it, because essentially what you're doing here is like you're heating this entire chamber up. So there's a lot of surface area for the dab to go on. Use this pillar and oxygen to spin the pillar around, and it's spreading the oil across this glass surface area. So it's getting your terps spread evenly. You're getting a big cloud of terps without it burning up, because like with the buckets or any of these other things, it's just a pool of hashish heating up.
Yep.
It's not sitting. So you're getting your oxygen, you're using glass, you're using everything to kind of move it around and make a big old hit. So this is a little decent sized dab, nothing crazy, but we'll use this on the tower slide and see how it comes out.
God be with us.
Yeah, man. And then I do want to jam later. I brought a bunch of fun.
Do you remember what the first concert we went to together was?
It was before Billy Strings, I think. Right?
I would think so too, but that's where my mind is. Well,
no. We went to music
at
at the intersection.
Intersection was before that. Yeah.
Before that, and we saw like the Meters and a bunch of groups.
Yeah.
And then
maybe it was music at the
I
intersection.
think music at the intersection was probably it. We saw the Meters. That was fucking fun.
The Meters, yeah. We saw a few other good people
Fearless
too.
Flyer. Was that year? Fearless Flyers.
No, that was the next year. We saw that. What was that band? I can't remember. It's a female singer, and the name is Real Abstract. No.
I'll think about it. I can't remember.
No, yeah, I'm trying.
That
to
was
remember.
a fun fucking show.
That was a good time.
Was the year because wasn't that the year that we did Melee on the Mississippi?
Yeah, the hash battle.
Yeah, the hash battle.
Yeah.
So we did music at the intersection. That was HeadChange's first like LTO package drop. The Melee on the Mississippi. It was a competition with us, Teal, and Proper and Vivid, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was awesome. And you guys, I remember, what theater was that at?
Oh God, dude! It's at the Grand Arts. It's somewhere over there in the Grand Arts Theater.
Yeah,
I think it's
just like a super nice theater that we're like doing a hash competition in, and
blowing
we're just
it
like,
down.
oh yeah, I'm sitting next to Willie, so we're rolling hash hole after hash hole after hash hole in the audience, just like I was like, they can't be okay with this, but
yeah,
they were okay with it.
Yeah.
No, that was a good time.
I'm spending a lot of time cleaning this up. I don't know if you guys remember, Alex called me out, rightfully so, for smoking melt out of this and staining it. So, in proper Paulson fashion, I got to get this thing airtight, spotless.
Clean your shit up.
He won't fuck it. If he can't eat off of it, this man won't dab out of it.
That's a fair statement.
Going back to
Is there anything wrong with that though?
No, it's like it's cool. It's like it's part of it. Like clean dabs are where it's at. Clean glass. I clean my rig like every 2 to 3 days. I usually have about 4 rigs out on the table. Cycle between them and clean them every 3 days. I know it sounds like OCD because it is, but it's mostly just you see it. It's like go look at your homie's nasty ass rig. The next
So
time you
gross,
go over
bro,
there.
dude.
It's just like I hate to be the bearer of bad news. if you haven't thought about this, if me saying, oh shit, I should clean my rig. Cory was talking about that. Your homie or you got a nasty rig. It's full of reclaim, cloudy water, very 17 dabs ago. It's tasting the hash from 17 dabs ago.
Yeah. Certain flavors stick really hardcore, and then your other shit doesn't stand out because of it. Like Trop will stick in there like crazy.
Yeah.
If you smoke a lot of Trop stuff, and then
My homie had this floss sugar that like I smoked 2 hits out of a rig, and I was like, this is ruined. Like this is like DMT stained. Like there's like no getting the smell
pretty
out of
deemy
it.
terps coming off of this joint.
All right, so we'll go in with this. I haven't used the tower slide with this kind of dab tool, but bon voyage. Cheers to the Easy Mountain podcast.
Cheers.
Are we sharing that dab, or is this going to be a one and then?
Do we have Cory's gift?
Yeah.
You got it?
Yeah.
How about only child?
We're only like 3%. We're only like 3% in.
Yeah. No, and I know that. I just wanted to be sure because we hadn't discussed it.
We got some of these dropped off earlier. This is Snoop Dogg's Doggy Spritz. Pump. This is Peaches and Honey's CBD drink.
Really?
Yeah.
Who brought us that?
I don't know.
Oh.
Snoop Dogg, I think. He was in the neighborhood.
Oh, no.
Mr. Dog himself was in the neighborhood.
Turp down.
He's a friend of the mountain.
Yeah, of course. So I brought enough for me to try one.
Cool.
And I was going to let you guys know how it was.
Smell your breath after each drink just to get like a LaCroix essence type of flavor, you know?
Yeah, I think I could do that for you guys.
Mango breath.
No, do you guys want to try it? It's actually pretty good if you guys want to try a CBD drink.
I don't mind.
I'm not scared. Offset my high.
Peaches and Honeys.
I'm doing speedballs right now, CBD and dabs. Fucking watch out.
You ever just do that?
You'd be
You ever take
unstoppable.
40 milligrams of CBN and then just...
You ever accidentally get dosed 40 milligrams of CBN and go to a nice dinner with Alex Paulson in Las Vegas and fall asleep at the dinner? Because I did.
That was not 40 milligrams of CBN. That was 100 milligrams of CBN. I have never seen Cory even close.
I was bamboozled by a grown rep.
The mini pips got my boy.
The mini pips got
mini
the boy off
pips
of the count. I couldn't hang.
Dude, we were at like a 6-star French restaurant that all of the food I could not pronounce.
I couldn't name any of it.
It was
I was not there and
insane.
present.
The waiter had to come to us about the clothing we were wearing. We were getting in trouble left and right. Cory was literally falling asleep.
It looked really bad, but I
Yeah.
swear to God, it was these CBNs. These
The mini
CBN
pips.
plural, the mini pips, dude.
He thought he was just eating 100 milligrams of gummies,
thought it
but
was
they
cool
were
as
1-to-1s, dude, and they were a night formula. And
Yeah.
we
That
were
one
just,
got me.
but I mean, he did that at 6 o'clock, and we were out in Vegas the rest of the night. I mean,
It was intense. Once I powered through it, it was cool, but
have you ever taken anywhere close to that much CBN?
I don't think so.
I mean, 20 milligrams of CBN, like before bed, and I'm very groggy in the morning.
sedative.
So like that's a fifth of my boy's dose that he took before dinner.
That's
But
yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't take a lot of edibles right now. I used to take edibles with RSO all over them, but I've lowered my dose.
the RSO toothpick is my favorite. I love that. But that CBN was like a taser to a guy on PCP. You know what I mean? Like,
It put me out. I can hang. Like I love to smash some edibles and like get there, but like I could not. I was not.
I mean, I was giving you credit. I mean, you was putting you out, but you were still fighting it, and you weren't going down. I mean, like
I tried to take your boy down.
you can't stop me. How was the hash? Was that the STL GMO?
STL GMO. Would you want to try some?
You got anything lighter for the day? I mean, okay, we'll do that.
I have non-HeadChange hash.
No, it's cool. We're
non-HeadChange.
no. We're kicking it for the rest of the day.
Cool.
Let's do it.
I have the graped out from us, and I have the grapes and cream.
Those are both heavy.
Yeah, they're both.
Let's do the STL GMO.
He caught me.
I like the GMO, and it's got the rainbow belts in there. It'll put me in all types of
I
crossways.
feel good. Like I don't feel groggy.
I might need a nap before dinner, but
I'm there for that.
A nap. Give it a good round of applause for napping.
Let's give the applause for the nap. Do you want to do this tower slide, or do you want to?
Fuck it, yeah, let's do it.
We gotta do the whole experience while we're here.
Yeah. So a lot of people may or may not know this about you, but we went to a Panic at the Disco.
I wanted to go to Panic at the Disco.
I made that joke earlier. A widespread Panic show.
Yep.
But you actually like followed Panic on tour for how long?
So like for like 3 years, it's kind of this weird pivot. I think you probably won't hear a lot of people like take this route, but when I got sober and kicked the junk, I surrounded myself with like the most party-esque jam band and was like, I'm gonna go on tour and stay sober. So
wow, I didn't realize that was when you were sober.
yeah. So it was like when I got sober, it was like that was my escape, I guess. You know what I mean? Like I worked at an Applebee's. I lived in a halfway house, and was like, you know, one of my guys that I had met through there introduced me to him. He was like a deadhead, and I was like, this shit's tight. And I was like, you know, like I said, I always was enamored by the culture of like touring with a band. You know, I felt like I didn't get that opportunity, so I was like, oh shit, this is kind of my opportunity to do that. So I followed Panic from like New York to California basically, and just different spots. You know, go hit like 70% of the shows on a tour at any given time, and just try to, it was different, you know. They were touring a lot, shows were cheaper. I was young, so I didn't care about sleeping in our car or whatever, you know.
Nice,
and
yeah.
kind of stuff, but it was like an American romance that I had always wanted to do. I just, you know, there's something about that level of freedom where you're on the open road, you're just listening to music, you're just chasing music, and there's like a whole collective of people, this community that's supporting itself, you know, night after night, and it's just beautiful to me, man.
Yeah. I've always thought it was a pretty insane, I'm just going to say it, way to live life, but pretty awesome. And I've, you know, I'm a huge fan of Billy Strings.
Mm-hmm.
We've been to a fair amount of Billy Strings shows together, and like, you know,
Going to more.
Absolutely. And there's a fair amount of people that follow Billy. I don't blame them. If I were going to follow any musician right now, it would be Billy Strings. Yeah. But yeah, man, you gotta, I mean, you're pretty much dedicating your life to music and the way that like, and what that music represents and living that lifestyle and stuff like that. And I don't know, man, like it's insane for me, cause I could never wrap my head around it. But I think that it's one of the coolest like ways to just like let go and like really just like follow a passion, which again, it seems to be a theme for you.
I like following my passions. I like following stuff. I think that it's definitely. I came from a rock bottom before that, so it's like I only had up to go. I could never in my life today imagine being like, oh, I'm just gonna like sacrifice like, you know, my quality of life to go chase this band, because I have a family now, I have kids, you know, and like there are people that do they raise their family on tour, you know what I mean? And it's super cool to me. It's just it was like a chapter, you know what I mean? I think everybody needs to have that chapter where they're like a cowboy and exploring life and doing, you know, just like or whatever, you know, your version of the cowboy is, you know, a bandit, whatever. I think everybody just needs to have that like adventurous part of their life, so you can appreciate the peace when it comes, I guess.
That is really like, I mean, I don't even introspective and like, I don't know. That's some pretty serious information. I don't know how else to say it. Like that's really a good perspective to put on it. Everybody needs their time, their wild life, the wild west.
Yeah, you've had a wild life. You've had some fun times.
I've had some fun times, absolutely.
You lived on the edge.
Yeah, I like to push it.
Yeah,
I like to have some fun, but I also like to keep, keep things squared away, and that's interesting to me. Like I've never thought about that, like of having a season of like the Wild West, because how much more it will make you appreciate when life is a little calmer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like Jerry Garcia and the Dead, when they did their whole like, you know, in the late 60s and the 70s, they were really nice like Western theme. And I just think like the whole spaghetti Western culture and like that cowboy is just like cool as fuck. And it's like, you know, we're Americans, so it's like, you know, part of it is like, you know, that Wild West, you know, enigma. It's cool to me. So Dude, this is just another, music, hash, these are all just those places where you can have that sort of freedom. There's nothing wrong with a 9 to 5, but like, it's just when you can have a life that's, maintained through art and it doesn't feel like it. You know what I mean? When you put it in the 9 to 5, it doesn't feel like it.
Sure,
You're like,
yeah.
oh, dude, I'm selling weed to people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If that's the 9 to 5.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I try to take that perspective all the time. I mean, like, I never did hard time for cannabis, but like I've been arrested for weed. It sat for a while. It sucks, and it's like to be able to just not worry about it, and let alone be able to make a living, dude. Everybody should just be grateful.
It's like probably the coolest thing or funnest thing I get to tell people when I haven't seen someone in 15 or 20 years, and they're like, "Hey man, what have you been up to?" I'm like, playing guitar and selling weed. Man, some things never change.
Yeah, dude, exactly.
It's like, no, it's different. I got business cards now.
Dude, I got a LinkedIn, dude. Fucking check me out, man. You can show.
I don't know how to log into that shit.
I grew up in a small town, so it's definitely a big thing. Following up with the people.
Right.
Had that same mentality.
You mentioned this earlier, and I hope you don't mind me asking, but what was rock bottom for you? You said you hit rock bottom, and obviously I know, but
yeah, I mean, like for me, dude, like I was really bad on like heroin, meth, and any sort of like intravenous drug. I was on it. I was really young, overdosing, all the homelessness, all of those sort of things. It's I was like homeless in jail, and my mom was like, you cannot, she had already said I couldn't like live with her. That had been like a long time, and it was just like when everybody in your life is like, yo, you're just better off in jail. Nobody wants you out on the streets. Like nobody's coming to bond you out, and frankly, like nobody wants to see you get bonded out. It just reality hits you, and you're just like, fuck.
Yeah.
And I think that's a, not to veer off into it, but it's a crucial time. I think a lot of males in particular, like when they get arrested or like get put in this position where it's like, hey, you're gonna either go to prison or like maybe take an alternative route, like through probation or whatever the case may be. They get challenged with this, like, it is challenging. Like society, like, and like media and like different things are like, it's fucking, I saw guys like, fuck it, I'm going to go to prison. It was like cool to them. And I was like, no, a critical moment in my life to make a change, or like, and I, whatever was looking out for me, God, the universe, that's ready for you, but we'll just reheat it and get it ready again. That's cool.
No, it's all good.
It was a clean torch. Yeah. No, I mean, dude, it's just, that was it. Like for me, it was like, you'd lived in, it's like, you're fucking 20, you're like kind of seeing your future. All of these dudes that I was in the halfway house with are like 50, 40. And they're just like, yeah, I've just been doing this shit my whole life. Going to jail, getting out, doing dope. And I was just like, oh, fuck. I was raised better. I should, like, do something. And it was also probably more so this judge in Lebanon, Laclede County, Missouri, was like, and I'd never been here in my life. That's where I sat for like 4 months. And he was like, I've never seen a heroin addict complete probation. I'll just give you a really light prison sentence and you should just take it. And I was like, fuck that. Like, tell me I can't do something, bro, and I will so kudos to that guy. I don't remember your name, douche judge. I hope that, whatever.
I think that was his name.
His name was Judge Douche. Yeah, no, but yeah, dude, like, it's like those sort of moments, like, where the self-doubt or somebody else's doubt is like the motivation for me to like fuck it. So yeah, man, that was Coco Lestrange. Now I'm Coco LaGrange.
Oh yeah. I love to hear that.
Evolving like a Pokemon.
Yes. I'm in my tier 2. You know what I mean? I'm not Charizard yet.
That's, like, you're a larger than life character, and I love you for you, like, you know that, like, you just yourself, but like you have so much personality and so many people notice that. But I think that it's because you've lived so much life and you've seen the highs and lows and been there, done that, and
Seen some stuff.
yeah,
And you're passionate.
I
You
possess
all
a
your
very
passions.
particular set of skills.
A lot of it involves hashish.
Yes, and some sleeping under bridges.
Yeah, a
but
little bridge sleep never hurt nobody.
it's actually good for your back.
It's great. It's great. It helps you stay like regimented and ready for anything.
Yeah.
You know, it's like that cross training where it's like if you're just working on the bicep.
Are you too heavy a sleeper?
Yeah, exactly.
Try bridge sleeping.
Yeah, exactly. Sleeping under a bridge.
You'll never sleep soundly again.
You'll never sleep.
Tonight.
All right, Alex, I am going to get you your dab ready. Now
Yeah,
it's
sorry.
nice. No, it's actually perfect because it was a clean hit, you know, where it's like all the torch's intention was just to get it nice and clean for you. So
Now she's ready. So do you take those at 550 or do you take them what time?
So the alarm goes off. Here's my little tech. My alarm goes off at 5:50 because I'm either stoned or not stoned enough. Which are two ways to.
So you either take the hot dab or you know that you got an extra second to take
well,
the
it's
dab.
like I'm not paying attention, right? That's the other thing, dude. Ye old cell phone is a great way to fucking ruin some dabs, and so start scrolling, and then all you know, the next thing you know, you hear the DJ buzz, and it's like, okay, cool, I'm in the game, coach, and you're the coach. Taking the dab, but also the player, and so
This is
you're
complicated.
gonna
And the other team, probably.
and the other team, and so
Who's the ref? There's got to be somebody else that's the ref. It can't be.
That's
temp
the phone.
the temp tech. He's judging how hot it is,
Okay.
and so
All right.
so 550 is like, okay, cool, I got some time. Depending on the size of the dab, that really dictates everything. For me, I'm hitting mine at like 520, 530. With the towers like 515, and it's perfect. With this temp tech, I don't know if it reads accurately, but
I mean, it could be.
that's
full
the
of
number
shit.
that's
Several
on that
hundred
screen.
degrees
That's
off.
the number that's on the screen when the dab tastes the best. So I'm gonna call it as I sees it.
That's terrifying. Also, I haven't done a slurper dab in a
I'm
long
gonna give Alex a very
time.
low temp dab just so that he can stay present and conscious, and then it's a small. I know an Alex dab when I see one, you know, and
What the hell is that supposed to mean?
because you get mad if they're hot and big.
I used to take big dabs all the time,
You
but
don't
I
need
don't
to.
like taking hot dabs.
You don't need to anymore. There's no need to take big hot dabs.
You're right, man. I've been smoking flower so much that, like I said, like a just any size dab. Am I good?
No.
Oh wait.
Whoa.
We're gonna wait for you. Let it get to the blue. There you go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, just drop her in the hole and rip. It's meant for multiple little hits.
Excellent. That's an excellent idea, Alex. We beat him at his own game.
Rip it. Rip it. You got to get that sucker spinning.
There's a whole audience of people in outer space cheering for you, dude. I guess it'd be weird.
Good God!
Way to go, guys.
So what was that called? That was weed?
That was weed, hashish, mostly. Its Latin name, hashishal. And, yeah, no. It was good. That was the STL GMO number 2. The rosin from us. The STL GMO
That's
number 4.
really tasty.
Yeah. I got terp nose. I got the terp nose.
The terp nose. It gets them every time.
I don't know if our tornado yesterday threw all the pollen everywhere, but allergies are definitely playing an effect here in my breathing.
The news called it not a tornado.
They did?
Yeah.
More of a light.
We were
touch
lied to?
I don't know.
Usually after a dab, it takes like 3 to 4 minutes to kind of come back and just,
Yeah.
be there. You're going outer space.
So typically, when I'm coming up and visiting you up in the loo, we'll do a bunch of those, and then
Yeah.
we'll go out and eat some delicious food.
3 or 4. Yeah, we do eat a lot of delicious foods. St. Louis has a shit ton of delicious food, and
Yeah, it does.
probably second or third favorite, maybe my first favorite thing about St. Louis at this point. So,
The food.
Yeah.
what are some of the spots that you liked the most that we've hit?
Oh, dude. We hit that like man, it's like a Thai food spot that we got like a wrap from that one time. It's in a small little local.
Lona's
Yeah.
Little Eats. My wife loves that place. Loren, you know what I'm talking about.
Shout out to Loren.
She's got the I that's like her getaway meal. Like I've had a lot of it in my life. I'll go and hit it, but it's like her favorite thing to go get solo in the loo. So
Yeah. That's good stuff. Dude, Peacemakers.
yeah, Peacemaker is the shit. Yeah. It's
The lobster roll.
lobster roll.
Remember when we wasn't that did we go to St. Louis together and I made you go, was that you? That I made you go with me and I just ate the lobster roll in the car?
I think so, yes.
And you didn't even eat?
I didn't eat.
I
I don't know why.
That's a
I
savage
didn't,
move,
but-
and I love it. You ate a lobster roll in the car. That's great.
Yeah, I got one. I got like a $55 sandwich
like on the way out of
to
town.
go. Yeah,
Yeah. I gotta.
I have to do this.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's not a question of
I
whether
think we were also surprised they were open, as I recall.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I don't
I
know.
believe it. It's a great place. It's a little, market price of lobster fluctuates, man. It's probably a cold November night. This man's trying to get lobster months out of season. So, the Tagoski.
They pulled it off though. Yeah, that was a great spot. And then great dessert spots. Sugar Witch, Clementines.
Ooh, the Sugar Witch.
Sugar Witch.
The
They
Sugar
just
Witch.
did a collab with Sign of the Times Tattoo. Did a little ice cream tattoo pop up.
Oh wow.
Ice cream tattoo pop up.
What's that consist of?
They made a flash sheet of ice cream tattoos that you could go and get tattooed, and I'm assuming the sandwiches were available as well. But
Were they?
I didn't go. I just knew about it. My wife really wanted to. She gets tattooed free. We both get tattooed at Sign of the Times, and love the Sugar Witch. It's a very, very tasty sandwich. So,
Yeah, I am smitten by the Sugar Witch.
yeah,
It's great ice cream.
That's a great saying. That's a great
Smitten by
Yeah.
the Sugar Witch. What's
I
some
have been
food that
smitten.
like the food there? Those are the places I remember that are.
Yeah,
that are
I mean,
great.
it just depends on what you want. For me in St. Louis, best barbecue in my opinion is Stellar Hog. It's this spot, often like deep Holly Hills, Bevo Mill area. It's off the cut and it's just a small hole in the wall, but it's really, really good. I think they have a Chesterfield location, but the one I'm talking about is like it looks like it's somebody's house and they've got a patio and it's awesome.
Nice.
On the, I don't know, lately, Sydney Street Cafe and Frazier's. I'm a big Benton Park dude. I lived in Benton Park forever, so love both of those spots. Blue City Deli, I had before
Fantastic.
I left. I fucking love Blue City Deli. The team is just awesome. They're super cool people. It's just like out of a TV show kind of thing, like
yeah, great sandwich. Yeah.
they got like a family-friendly neighborhood vibe, just lying out the door.
Always lying out the door in the
Yeah.
little small town neighborhood on the corner. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
dude.
like
And so I love those little pockets in St. Louis. Trying to think if there's anything else that's been heater lately that we've hit. I don't know. Hamilton's Steakhouse is tight. It's a cool spot off of Shoto. I'm a big. I do like Broadway Oyster Bar. That's like a classic St. Louis spot.
That's where we went the first time I came up and did dabs with you and
Okay. So dude.
I got
take a lot of
really
people-
high.
Yeah. I take a lot of people to Broadway Oyster.
he got uncomfortably.
I had I don't know if you remember me coughing for like
Yeah, I mean,
15 minutes, and then I was also a little bit hangry because we had starved ourselves on purpose on the way up because we knew we were going to have a delicious meal, a succulent Chinese meal. No, I didn't know what we were going to have, but it was Broadway.
Broadway Oyster.
And yeah, dude, I was so high. I was having like an existential crisis. I really was. And you know what? It turned out I made a lot of personal discoveries about myself. And so it actually turned out to be a good thing for me.
Yeah.
So thank
So you're
you
welcome.
for
Yeah.
getting me that stone.
I know what you're talking about, dude. I've found myself.
I don't think you do know what I'm talking about.
No,
And so,
I
and then,
don't.
but then we went to
I
saw
want to.
Papadosio.
Remember that night?
That was a
Kind of a lame show, huh?
pretty lame show.
It wasn't a great show.
It was not a great
I
show,
really,
right?
we left early. We did not.
Yeah.
We left.
I was
We, like,
stoked
ooh.
for that show.
I love their album production. Another great example of album production being great and live performance just being very underwhelming. I was confused, to be honest, if they were playing songs at a certain point or if it was just like intermission the whole
Yeah.
time. It was
The vibe was just kind of weird that
was.
night
It was a
there.
little
The
whack.
energy was bizarre, and yeah.
But I
the
did.
ketamine vapor clouds were just taking everyone out. you know?
It was a soulless room. It felt like
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah.
everyone was on the dark
Yeah.
side.
Yeah, definitely a dark side to live music where it's like, yeah, that's not fun.
Yeah, which is
Speaking
weird
of-
because music is like the best.
It's the
know?
best,
That's what I
Put
love.
some soul into some jams. Let's hear. You guys got these fucking instruments all set
Yeah.
up.
Yeah. So what do you want to?
I'm not musically talented, so I'm just gonna sit here. You guys are gonna do whatever.
Are you gonna read? Like you could
For
read?
the audience, we're gonna cut all this out, so you guys don't have to listen.
That's pretty cool. We didn't know we were going to do that.
That's fun. That's good. Let's see what else we can do here. What else you wanna? What do you want to hear, Alex?
Yeah.
Funkier,
Something funkier than that.
even funkier than that.
Oh man.
Sorry, I requested something funkier than that. Now you're talking my language. How about something that makes me feel like I just walked into my Southern Baptist church? You got something for me?
Yeah, where are we? I knew it was G on it, but let me do that. Hit it like this. And we'll hit it like
Hallelujah. That is fun. I'm not much of a lead player. You made me do that.
That was all right.
You're right. You know, you're absolutely right. But probably don't do it on a show that you're going to broadcast with your company. You're great. If anybody didn't know this, hidden talent, Cory from HeadChange has been hiding from all of us.
We like
When's
to
your
make
next
music.
gig?
This was the only tour date that I had planned right now. So, my manager has fired me several times, and we're here.
Drew's mic down off the monitor.
What?
I don't want to hear you even louder.
Oh.
He's down. He was down. Yeah, no. I love playing music, dude. This is fun. I honestly don't get to jam a lot. The other Cory and from HeadChange, one of the other Corys, he lives out in Vegas, but he's like in a bunch of bands that he like plays gigs with out there. He plays bass, so there's a bunch of us that jam. I've said that the industry needs to have like a Hash All-Stars jam band sort of thing, you know.
Bring your gear, and we should go to this jam that's happening tonight at Tyne Timber and jam in front of God and everybody.
Okay.
You should go showcase your talents to the world.
Where's that at?
It's about a hop, skip, and a jaunt over the other side of Springfield, dog.
I'm down if you guys are. I have no plans besides hanging out with this man. So
Let's do it.
Just getting good food.
Yeah. We don't miss a meal.
Well, then we can continue our jamming.
Yeah. I'm down.
Well, if that's the next move, let us say a huge thank you for coming out and being on the show today.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for having me.
A huge thank you.
Man, it was the biggest thank you I could say. I didn't want to say a huge thank you, but it was a big one. I felt like without being overbearing.
He was a little overbearing with the huge, right?
It was a little much.
We love you. We love you. We appreciate you coming down here. It is almost May, but I do have your Christmas present, if you wouldn't mind me giving that to you.
I'm down.
So we always have a gift.
We always have a gift. This is an important one because it is, you can give it straight to
Yeah,
him.
it's okay.
Okay, cool.
It's for him, not for me.
Cool. Well, thank you. This is a mystery gift.
I already got my Christmas present.
Christmas in April. Still April.
Yeah.
It's still April.
Still
So that's
Christmas
not too
and
bad.
spring.
Oh, wow, dude. Holy shit. This is fucking tight. Dude, I'm going to take a guess. Is this, who made this?
Michael Delaney.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
cool. Mike Delaney. This is St. Louis dude, man.
Yeah.
This is super special. Thank you.
Cara White.
Yeah, okay. And what is the other one? Is it Opal?
No, the middle one is Cara White.
Yeah. What's this one?
Oh, I don't even know.
It looks like an Opal.
I don't even know.
It's very cool. This is,
It's-
dude, thank you.
When I saw it, I had to have it. I thought it was awesome.
This is
You are wearing a
beautiful, dude.
sick wire wrap today, which I didn't know.
I always wear wire wraps, so this is like another one of these magical hash counterculture things that, like, you know, again, I love jewelry artists. I love supporting jewelry artists. So this is super fucking cool, dude. This is honestly one of the coolest gifts that I've gotten in a really long time. This is fucking awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, well, thanks for being my friend. And I know that you had unfortunately lost your other wire wrap, and that one's not nearly as cool. But I wanted to get something that still meant something.
This is there, dude. This is super tight. This is like a custom piece. The symmetry on it, I love
It's
it.
fire. Yeah, it's fire.
I'm gonna.
No shade on that one. Not yeah.
No,
but-
it's just different art. Yeah, it's just no different artist, dude. I mean, like, this is just another piece that I'll wear every other day. This is cool,
Hell yeah.
man. This is super awesome.
Love you, buddy. Thanks
Love
for
you
coming
too,
out.
man.
Love you,
Thank
Cory.
guys for having me on.
Thanks, dude.
Go buy all your weed at Easy Mountain. It's
Yeah,
worth it.
it's a good idea. We'll see you next time.
St. Louis. Even if you live in St. Louis.
We should definitely make this the song. You guys should record this and definitely make this the song.